Hey everyone, it's Jess here with Blush Jess. Thank you so much for watching, and this is an exciting video. This is a collab started by Kelly from Freedom on a Budget. I love Kelly. She is just so awesome. I've watched her for a long time, and I'm very lucky to consider her a friend, as well as all these other amazing ladies that I watch and that are part of this collab. You do not want to miss their videos, so go check them out. They will be listed down below. But this is the best tools to help you lose weight collab, and it's so important to have the right tools when you start out a weight loss journey. And I can tell you, I have been on a journey for a while, and so it's really cool to just list out all the things that I have. My little list here I typed up just to make sure I don't miss anything. I have 10 tips that have helped me, and of course everyone's gonna have different tips, so make sure you check out their videos. The number one thing that I think you need to have to be successful is the right attitude. And I know that sounds cheesy, y'all, but you cannot lose weight to fit into a certain size. You cannot lose, well, you can, but it will be harder. You can't lose weight for someone else. You have to want to do it for yourself. It has to be for you, and you have to have the right mindset. No one else can make you go on a diet. You have to do it for you, and listen to yourself on that. And that's just what I found over and over again. Number two, you need to find a support system. I have a whole long list of supporters that help me. My husband, my mother and my mother-in-law, all of you on YouTube that support me, friends, my best friend Jennifer, she texts me all the time, and we're always talking about like, how are you doing? How are you doing? She's lost an amazing amount of weight. She looks fantastic. That helps so much, because when you're having a bad moment, you can call one of them or text one of them, or just an encouragement that they send you on the phone or in person. It means the world. So find yourself a support system, and it really helps if you can be on a journey with someone else. So, you know, if you and your best friend want to start a weight loss journey, start it together, and you can build each other up and share similar struggles. It really helps. Number three, you need a plan you can live with. You know, if you love carbs and you know, that's what you eat most of the time, don't go on a keto, because you're going to have a really hard time. I've done that and it was horrible. Now some people, they can give up carbs. It's no big deal. Well, then do that. Do a plan that you can live on. Whatever that is. If you hate it, you're not going to stay on it long. Number four, do an exercise you enjoy. And I also would preface this by saying, don't do exercise and a weight loss journey in the same exact time. I like to start one or the other first, kind of get used to it for a little while, and then add the other one. I would recommend doing some sort of weight loss plan, get your food in line, and then add the exercise. A lot of times we try to do too much at once, and our body is just like, whoa, what are you doing? And you burn out fast. So I would recommend starting with the food, because we all know food is 80% of the battle. When you kind of get a few weeks, a few months, whenever you feel like, okay, I've got the food, this is working, I want to move more, then do the exercise. And honestly, I feel like exercise is more of a mental benefit than a physical one, because it does so much for my mind and for my mood and for my energy level, as opposed to making me lose a ton of extra weight. That's just me. Number five, make sure you're not eating emotionally. You need to deal with whatever reasons made you overweight. Most of us, it's not just because we love food. You know, we eat other times besides we're hungry. You know, we eat when we're stressed. We eat when we're happy. We eat every time, you know, for whatever reason. You know, we ate because we had some problems when we were a kid, and we're trying to compensate somehow, or, you know, we're eating there's a variety of different reasons, but you need to deal with whatever that reason is. At the same time, you're trying to deal with, you know, getting your food in line and all of that. If you don't deal with a heart issue and actually surrender that to God, and that's my personal belief, let Him deal with that part, you will lose the weight. It'll be harder, but you can still lose the weight without dealing with it. But that is when it comes back on. It's when you don't deal with the emotional side of whatever reason made you overweight to begin with. Super important. Number six, I love to find books or other resources that kind of encourage me. I have lots of books. I also devotional books, Jesus Calling. I have the Bible app on my phone, and I use the Bible, One a Day Bible on there, and that helps me just renewing my mind. The Jesus Calling helps me if I'm having a hard day. Instead of turning to food, I'll go to that and say, you know, what are some Bible verses? What are some promises God says? And I will read that. You know, find what works for you. I will listen to podcasts of weight loss or just encouragement, you know, church sermons and stuff like that build up my mind. And I will have way less opportunities to be eating emotionally if I'm renewing my mind with scripture. And so find some books, some resources, some YouTube videos. There's a ton out there that you can listen to that are going to be positive, because, you know, the Bible says whatever is true, whatever is good, whatever is lovely. Think on those things. If you're walking around constantly saying this diet sucks, it's hard, I hate it, this is awful, my life stinks, you're going to feel depressed, you know. And I'm not saying that that is the only reason that you would have depression. That's a variety of reasons. But renew your mind. Think about good things. Think about how all of the blessings you have, what you have to be thankful for. Let that build up your mind, and that is going to help you out so much, I have found. Number 7, and this is one that I'm just now starting to get after having babies. Number 7, sleep. And when you are tired, you cannot think clearly, and you are just trying to survive. Like when I had babies, I don't even know what I ate. I just ate like a zombie because I was so tired all the time. And I know when you have little kids, sleep is impossible. But my doctor told me when I had little kids, she said, I need you to get 4 hours of sleep a day. That can be broken up. That can be, you know, during the day when your husband can be home, you know, whatever you need to do. But for your mental health, you need 4 hours of sleep at least a day. And I had to work with my husband. He would come home and I would, you know, sleep for a while, and then we had to take shifts, and it was hard. That season of my life was hard. And you might be there, and I'm praying for you if you are, because it was so hard to be so tired. A lot of us don't have that situation, that we can get sleep if we make it a priority. So make sure you're resting. I feel really good when I have 7 or 8 hours of sleep. Some people need more, some people need less, but make sure that you are rested as best as you possibly can. And I know it's not always possible, but if you can, that helps so much. Like that is key to your mental and your physical health. Your body needs that rest. Important. Number 8, drink water. I am not one of those people that say you should get 100 ounces or whatever number they want to say a day. I feel like your body wants water, and you need to listen to it when it's asking for water. And I also think drink water with your meals. You will drink way more. I pretty much drink water with my meals, and then a few times a day I'll feel thirsty and I'll drink some water. I don't try to like guzzle it down, force myself to drink it, because then I end up feeling sick and I feel miserable about the water. But I make it an enjoyable experience. You know, if the bottled water, I have one right here that I've been sipping on. If the bottled water helps you, buy the bottled water and don't let anybody make you feel guilty. If the straw cups help you, do that. If putting some flavor enhancer helps you, do that. You know, do what you need to do, and don't have any guilt from it. Okay, number 9, a good scale and measurements. So I don't mean food, and we'll get into that. You need to know your weight. And it doesn't have to be every single week. It doesn't have to be every single day. You don't have to own a scale, but have access to it. You know, be able to go in every few months to your doctor's office and just say, can I stand on the scale and see how much I weigh? They will let you do that. A lot of times I've seen scales in like grocery stores. I used to, when I was a teenager, I occasionally would just weigh myself, or Winn-Dixie had a scale, and I didn't care. I would just stand on it and see how much I weighed. It was a very accurate scale. You know, gyms have scales. Find out how much you weigh, because you need to know if you're being successful or not. I'm not saying that that weight is the only source of if you're doing it right or not. But you do need to have an accurate scale that it's going to work, and it's not going to give you mixed, you know, results. So I have a scale that I bought on Amazon for like $20. It's very reliable. I like it. I weigh myself once a week. sometimes more than that, once a day, but I report to you guys once a week. And it really keeps me on track, because if it's up a little bit, I usually am like, oh, I need to kind of watch out and, you know, do better. If it's down, then I'm like, yay, I need to keep doing what I'm doing. And so it encourages me either way. And I don't let it define me by any stretch of the imagination. I do not like say, oh man, I stink. I gained 2 pounds. I might as well just go out and have 10 cheeseburgers, you know? I mean, we've all probably done that in the past, but I'm really trying not to let that define me and just say if it's up, well then maybe I need to try a little bit harder. And so make sure you do that, and then make sure you take your measurements, whether it's, you know, getting a soft measuring tape, which I have, hold on y'all. I actually just bought this one, so it's not open. I got this at the dollar store, and it's just a little measuring tape, and there's one that comes with like a little keychain, so you can take it to go, because I really want to start doing my measurements better, because a lot of times we feel like we're not losing weight, but we're just losing inches, and you know, that helps. Trying on clothes. Do you know what size you are? Back when I was gaining weight, I would just wear sweatpants and stuff. You don't know what size truly fits you when you're wearing baggy shirts and sweatpants. So, you know, put on real clothes. Get dressed every day. That helps me a ton. Make your bed every day. That helps me a ton. I honestly try, okay, you guys, I honestly try to make my bed every day. I know that sounds so stupid, but it helps me so much. Do that for yourself. Get dressed. Make it yourself a priority. I know I'm at home all the time. Who cares? My kids don't care if I'm dressed in a t-shirt or if I'm dressed nicely, but it makes a difference to my mental state, and so does making my bed. So do that. Put on real clothes. And when you are buttoning those size 16 pants, you know, do they feel good? Do they feel loose? Or do they feel like I can't breathe? That is going to show you those non-scale victories. So important. The last one are the miscellaneous tools, the food scale, the measuring cups and spoons, the Fitbit tracker, anything like that that's going to help you do it. Right now, I am not measuring my food. I'm not weighing my food, but I was at one time, and I have this little food scale, and I really like the digital ones. And make sure that you have one that will zero out. So when, you know, you can put a bowl on it, push 0, and then put your stuff in it, and it'll give you an accurate reading. I really like my food scale, and I also, even though I'm not measuring my food, this is just a little tip, even though I'm not measuring my food, I use this for baking all the time, because who likes to measure out like 4 cups of flour? It's just a mess. So I will figure out how many grams is 4 cups of flour. Google will tell you, and then I'll just measure it on here, and it's so much easier. Let me turn this off. So those are my 10 tips that I have learned to, you know, just get in the right frame to lose weight. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, go check out everyone else down below. Awesome ladies involved. Thank you so much to Kelly for including me in this collab. I love doing collabs because it's like working with a team. I love you girls. I love you guys that are watching. If you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know of some of your tips that will help, because I know not everybody has a YouTube channel, but we all can learn from each other. So leave me a comment. What are some tips? You know, maybe I missed some. Leave me some tips below that will help other people. And I will see you all later. Bye, guys.